If you don't like the changes that we've made, the door is open and you can leave.
So that's it then. Old Rodney now wants to start rolling out the digital ID. Now, I am sure there is going to be many people that will say exactly the same as me. I tell you what you can do with that digital ID, Starmer. You can turn around and you can stick it clean up your fucking arse. Now, this is honestly one thing that the whole country needs to come together on and say fucking no. Now, without getting into all the ins and outs of the digital ID that they want to roll out, just remember who has been pushing this for years. Fucking Tony Blair, who we all know is constantly whispering Starmer's fucking ear. But honestly, people, this is one thing that we do not want. End up using this digital ID to completely control your lives. Because don't forget, this digital ID is going to be everything. It's going to be your passport, your bank card, your driving license, TV license if you pay for one. It is literally going to be everything in your life. So say, for example, your carbon footprint is too big one month. You might go to the supermarket and they can turn around and say, sorry, you can't buy any beef today. Now, I know that sounds fucking stupid, but that is the reality of the kind of control that they want. And of course, the bullshit excuse that they are now using to push these digital IDs is to help the illegal fucking migration. Talk about try and treat us like a bunch of cunts yet again. Because as we all know, this has got fuck all to do with the illegal migration.
So Keir Starmer's finally revealed why he's been letting all illegal migrants into the country. Everyone's had their thoughts, theories and opinions on it, but he's finally come out and said it now. Just to get us all to sign up to these digital IDs. Because apparently, if everyone signs up to these digital IDs, that's going to stop the illegal migrants coming in. No, mate. No, it'll stop the illegal migrants coming in here. Stick the Navy in the channel to stop the boats, to turn them round and send them back. You ever thought about doing that? Of course you haven't, because it's never been about that, has it? You needed them to come in to create a problem so you can come up with a solution, like the digital ID. But that's not a solution, is it? That's just the first step of total control of everyone in the country. That's the first step of every one of us losing our freedom. And I'm telling you now, every single one of you that sign up to that digital ID are walking yourself into prison. So I'd advise you not to do it. Say no to these digital IDs, people. Trust me.
The good old divide and conquer has worked well on it with this one. That's been the plan all along, divide and conquer, because they know full well if we all get together, they will not put anything in place. And right now they're trying to put digital ID in place, and we all need to come together, left, right, straight down the middle, whatever you are, we all need to come together and say fucking no. Because once this gets into place, I am telling you now, we as a society, we as humans, we are fucked, because it is all about control. That's what it's about, nothing more and nothing less. It's about fucking control. It's controlling what you eat, controlling what you fucking spend, controlling what you fucking do with your life. It's literally game over. It really is. So everyone, and I mean everyone, needs to say fucking no. We are absolutely screwed if this comes into place. I'm telling you now, life's over. Life is over for us all. It really fucking is. It's bad now. It's really fucking bad now. But it's going to get a lot fucking worse. And there's big dogs pulling strings above Keir Starmer at Labour Party. But I'm sorry to say as well, but Keir Starmer is a massive fucking knobhead. I cannot stand that cunt.
Right, this fucking digital ID thing, what the fuck is that all about? It's Starmer's latest load of bullshit, pretending it's going to sort out the migrant crisis. It's not. It's basically just another form of control. Why do we need one? We've already got passports, we've already got driving licences, we've all got national insurance numbers. Yeah, they are effectively digital IDs, the same thing. So what this wanker wants us to have is something on our phones now that we can have to produce when asked. So buying a pint of milk, show your fucking ID, get pulled over by the plod for whatever, digital ID. This is just absolute bullshit. It's going to do absolutely nothing to stop small boats coming here. Not a thing at all. Because, let's be honest, if you're coming here on a boat illegally, everything you do is illegal. You're not going to have a digital ID. People giving you jobs are not going to want to see your digital ID because they're giving you jobs because they know you work for £3 a fucking hour. It's just bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And that's before we even get onto the fact that if we have everybody's data in one place owned by the government, what do you think is going to happen to that? Russia. They can't be trusted with our data. It's our personal data. And if it's linked to your bank accounts and your medical history and all of that shit, it's a fucking disaster waiting to happen. This is just absolute bollocks. And we really just need to say no. We are literally turning into fucking North Korea. No. No, no, fucking no. Fuck off with your fucking digital ID, you cunt.
Digital ID. Let's talk about it. So the government have announced that they're bringing out the digital ID. What is it? Well, they're saying it's for immigration. They're saying it's so they can track if they're working or not, the movement, basically making it sound like it's a positive thing. But it's not for immigrants, it's for all adults, everyone who's in England, and they're going to call it a Brit card. So if this is to stop immigration and to see if the immigrants are working, then why do we all need one? They're going to put such a positive spin on it. But let me just say a few things. So they're going to be tracking immigrants who are working, where they're travelling. All right, that's what they're saying. But if we're all required to have one, so then you're tracking us, where we're working, what we're doing, where we're going. And it's not going to stop there. They already have something similar to this in China. And they have a social scoring system. And if your social scoring is low, then you're not allowed on public transport. Go Google it if you don't believe me. The Brit ID will know your medical history, your finances, everything will be on this. So the government will just need to log on to your ID and see all your health records, all your financial transactions and where you're going, what you're doing. What a massive invasion of your privacy.
This is just a smokescreen for Keir Starmer's failures. He's trying to distract everybody from the situation he's got himself into, where he's failed to stop the boats, he's failed to smash the gangs. He's had all these scandals with Angela Rayner, Peter Manson, now Morgan McSweeney, and the questions about donations from Labour together. And he's got Andy Burnham contesting him to be leader of the Labour Party, even though he has this huge majority in Parliament. He's desperately looking for a distraction for those failures, and that's why he's come out suddenly with this policy on ID cards, which previously his government has said they wouldn't do.
Just quickly jumping on about Keir Starmer's plans that every UK citizen must have this digital ID card. Now, they're using the word mandatory. It's not law, so I won't be fucking doing it. I won't be bowing down to Starmer's fucking shitty policies and trying to get everyone to do the same thing. And if that means, because it's digital, it's going to be on your mobile phone, I'll get rid of my phone. Like, they can't make you do it. If you want to learn more about what they're trying to do, just look at China's digital ID system. Like, you can't ride the subway, you can't go food shopping without having that card. They want to take all of your privacy. And do you really think the UK government can stop the hackers from getting your personal information? It's bullshit. Don't do it.
The UK government's decision to implement digital IDs for all adults in the UK is a dangerous idea that should be resisted at all costs. Now, the reason that Labour is proposing digital IDs is because they're massively out of ideas, is what they would say if they were being completely honest. Instead, they're saying it's to deal with irregular migration and determine who can work in the UK. Their big plan is that you would show your future employer your digital ID, and then they would be able to run that through a database to determine whether you can work in this country or not, except already you have to show proof that you can work in this country. You either show them your NI number or your passport. So what is going on? Also, in the context of irregular migration, states in Europe like France and Germany have digital IDs for their citizens, and they experience these issues as well, and actually on a much larger scale. So the idea that Britain's going to be able to deal with it is just a complete falsehood. I think we proved with Test and Trace that is clearly not going to happen. So again, what is going on? Well, this is all about mass control through digital surveillance. For those who don't know, this is Tony Blair, former Prime Minister of the UK, and if there's one thing that Blair loves more than war crimes, it's ID cards. He has always been pushing for them. In the wake of the 7/7 bombings, he pushed for the UK to introduce them, but he was defeated. But as head of the Tony Blair Institute, he has constantly been advocating for countries to introduce them, and he has also been advising Keir Starmer on strategy. Now, the Tony Blair Institute is very well connected with American tech firms specialising in AI development and has consistently been promoting them. And the UK government has already signed billion-pound deals with American AI firms like Palantir that seek to further line their pockets using public money and also taking away the UK's natural resources and also encroaching on our civil liberties. Because this is how it's going to start. You'll have to start showing a digital ID to prove that you can work in the UK, and then it will be used to prove that you can access public services like the NHS, and then housing, until there is nothing that you can't do in this country without showing an ID. I mean, let's face it, we're already going down that slippery slope, but that doesn't mean we need to be adding more washing up liquid to it. Also, the main group within the Labour Party who are pushing this are a group called Labour Together, who are currently under fire for failing to declare £700,000 in donations when trying to get Keir Starmer elected as leader of the Labour Party. So it is likely that digital IDs are just being used as a deflection tactic, and it's not working.
Stop. I'm going to need to see some ID. Why? Because I need to establish whether you are in the UK legally or illegally. Driver's licence? No. Passport? No. National insurance number? No. Utility bill? No. Birth certificate? No. Proof of address? Nope. Entire employment and education record? No. Mate, government gateway ID? Nope. Well, what ID do you want? I want your digital ID from your smartphone. Oh, I'm sorry, I've left my phone at home. Right here illegally, you're under arrest.
Let's go back to COVID quickly. To me, I see COVID as a test run, right? To see what it was like with no cash, to see how much they could bully people into getting these vaccines. We weren't allowed to travel unless we got these vaccines. Think of the amount of control they tried to get over us to see how far they could push these boundaries. Now let's talk about digital ID. What is that going to look like? Cash will be no more. If you go into a shop and you try and buy something and it tells you you're not allowed, you haven't got the option to just get the cash out your pocket and give it to them. You haven't got access to it. I've even heard it's going to be as extreme as if you're overweight or if you've got diabetes or stuff like that and you go and try and buy a chocolate bar, you won't be accepted for that because that's going to put more strain on the NHS potentially further down the line. Vaccines, if you're like me and you don't agree with them, that's not going to be allowed. It won't be about what job you've got and how much money you make anymore. It will be about how much you're playing ball with what they want you to do. And if you're someone who doesn't agree with what they want, you're going to be affected by this in so many different ways. They will be able to control everything. Where you're spending your money, where you're travelling to. If your score is not at a certain point, you won't be allowed to travel out the city. You're allowed to jump on a plane and go on holiday. Honestly, I don't think people realise how much control this is going to give them. It's so dangerous. And as well as that, what if it gets breached? This is going to have all of our details on it. Who we are, our date of birth, our addresses, where our money goes into, all of our medical history in it. It's going to have everything. We are no longer going to be people anymore. We are going to be a number in a system.
I feel like there's a lot of discussion at the minute around these Brit cards, or national ID cards as they're calling them, and everybody's giving a 2p, so I thought I'd add mine. I've said for years certain things around political legislations that are put in place, and they do it under this guise of protecting the public, and it's often about immigration or it's about like protecting human rights, even though all they're really doing is stripping human rights away. If I'm honest, this just seems like another attack on the public in order to give you a sense of security, false security, in order to further control us as a society.
Digital IDs. Right. And it's to deal with the immigration problem. Right. Is it me or are Labour pandering to the right? Why is everything like about immigrants at the moment? Rent is at an all-time high. The prices are an all-time high. But yeah, let's focus on immigrants. Yes, house prices are an all-time high. Gas prices are an all-time high. But yes, let's get some digital IDs that we're going to spend billions on that no one wants. Yes. Keir Starmer, you are a fucking embarrassment, mate. You are a fucking embarrassment. You are pandering to the right. You are sitting down like a little bitch and you're letting them walk all over you. No one wants this shit. Like...
ID cards, you can get fucked, okay? I will not be signing up for an ID card. I fucking swear by my passport, driving licence, Tesco club card, verified Meta, X.
We will all be forced to be jabbed up through the digital ID. It's plain and simple. It has nothing to do with illegal immigration. No one believes a word that comes out of Starmer or the government's mouth. They keep pinging our phones for emergencies. What emergency? We don't need to keep pinging the phones. We know it works. They know it works. So it's all about signals to your iPhones or whatever phone you've got, digital records. Probably they've sent something to your phone already. And if you don't conform to being jabbed, which you will have to have a record of through the whole digital ID app, you watch, it will all piggyback, then you will have your services restricted. The bank issue will be dealt with. All of this is dominoes. We can see it so clearly. I mean, it's just, and for Starmer, he may as well just come out and tell you the truth. You may as well just say he wants totalitarian control.
Have you guys heard of the digital ID card? No? Maybe you've heard of the Brit card. No? Okay. So right now, currently in Vietnam, there are 86 million people bank accounts that's been blink gone, as though it never existed, because the government has pushed people forcefully into a digital ID system in Vietnam. And currently in the UK, leaked documents have come out that the British government is trying to do the exact same thing to British people. So if you have a bank card here, an Oyster card here, a passport here, birth certificate here, if you live here, you're going to be forced into this type of one system. Basically, your whole identity is going to be on this Brit card. And listen to the name, Brit card. We're not going to have a choice. We thought COVID was a way of, COVID was really a way of letting us know what they say go. 2 meters, mask, vaccinations, and you can't see your family unless we say so. You can't even go to a funeral, attend a wedding. So if we thought COVID was bad, look at this.
Picture this. You are sipping your café sedan in Saigon and scrolling your banking app. And boom, your bank account vanishes in thin air. No email, no warning, just a digital black hole where your money used to be.
Vietnam just froze 86 million bank accounts. Why? Because people refuse to hand over their biometrics, face scans, and fingerprints. No compliance means no access. Here's what the new rules say. First-time account registration now requires a biometric check. The other rule is, if you want to send more than 10 million VND, around $379 in a single online transfer, you must scan your face. If your daily transfers add up to more than 20 million VND, which is around $758, you need biometrics again. And if your account is inactive or you don't update your information, the bank can freeze it. That's why millions of ordinary people were suddenly cut off. This isn't just about Vietnam. I've been warning for years about the World Economic Forum's Agenda 2030. Digital IDs, biometrics, and trackable currencies sound like innovation and new tech, but it's really all about control. If one rule can block you from your own savings, you don't truly own your own money. Canada has already tested the WEF digital back to ID for travel. The US is rolling out biometrics at banks, airports, and borders. It always starts as fraud prevention or convenience, but it ends as mandatory. Vietnam is the warning shot. If we ignore it, the same system will spread to North America. Once your money is tied to your face, your fingerprint, and your compliance, your freedom is gone.
Digital ID, one device, one identity, one switch, World Economic Forum, United Nations, Tony Blair Institute, think tanks, globalists, unelected. They draft, they convene, they dictate. Governments obey. Your life itemized, your access permissioned, your future programmable. Scan, tap, prove. Your license, age, job, status, health, education, behaviors, travel, location, purchases, contacts, biometrics, carbon budget, social score, compliance level, programmable central bank digital currency, everything linked, ranked, revocable. At first, optional, then little nudges, rewards, skip the queue if you use it, discount if you use it, access if you use it, then full compliance, mandatory, no opt-out. Soon, social credits, you're a good little citizen.